नमस्कार दोस्तों, देसी ड्रीमर्स इन अमेरिका के एक नए व्लॉग में आपका फिर से स्वागत है। ये आज हम करने जा रहे हैं यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो हॉलीवुड कैलिफोर्निया में स्टूडियो टूर, और इसको हम बैकलॉट टूर के नाम से भी जानते हैं। ये टूर की शुरुआत जुलाई 15, 1964 1964 में हुई थी, और अभी यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो को जो ओन करते हैं वो एनबीसी यूनिवर्सल जो कंपनी है, पेरेंट कंपनी, वो उसको ओन करती है। ये टूर करीब 45 से 60 मिनट के आसपास का टूर है, जिसमें 7 से 8 अट्रैक्शंस हैं, 2 राइड्स हैं। इसमें एक 360 डिग्री राइड भी है जो काफ़ी रोमांचक है, बहुत ही मज़ेदार राइड है। और इसमें अलग अलग इसकी बड़ी हिस्ट्री है। बहुत सारे फेमस फिल्म्स जो हैं उनकी शूटिंग के सेट्स हैं यहाँ पे, जैसे कि जॉज, कोर्ट हाउस स्क्वायर, किंग कॉन्ग, वॉर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स, साइको, फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस, सुपरचार्ज, उसके भी कुछ अंश दिखाए गए हैं, और उनकी मज़ेदार राइड्स हैं। जो कुछ फेमस मूवीज़ हैं, उनमें एक बेट्स मैंशन और साइको जो मूवी थी उसका भी एक सीन यहाँ पे दिखाते हैं। फ्लैश फ्लड, बिल्कुल रियलिस्टिक एक फ्लडिंग स्टेशन के अंदर कैसे होती है, वो भी एक अपने आप में एक रोमांचक अनुभव था। और
The star of the Tonight Show, Mr. Jimmy Fallon. Here he is. Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide, Chris, and the greatest driver, Marcus. They're the best. I love them. Even though Chris is laughing at me. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules. Did you like my Jimmy Fallon impression? No? Well, we have at least one honest person. No, I don't do impressions. Here we go with the safety rules. Basic common sense stuff, okay? If kids, by the way, not a rule, but a suggestion. If kids look like they're going to fall out the sides, you might want to move in the middle, like if their feet don't touch the floor. Okay, remain seated when the tram is in motion. Keep your arms and legs inside at all times. There's no smoking on board. Be prepared for anything. We're going to get loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and the possibility of getting wet. Okay, I got one more safety thing, but before I do that, I got to point this out. This is our very first movie we ever made, my friends. David and Pythias. It was a silent movie made back in 1914. Wow. That was a while back. Our official birthday, 1915, but that was a silent movie. If you've ever seen a silent movie, raise your hands. I'm curious.
Yeah.
More hands up than I expected. Hey, by the way, the first part of Wall-E does not count. Besides, we didn't make that movie, and I'm not going to tell you who it is because they don't pay me, but
they don't pay
Disney. Okay, the important safety thing is if you have an emergency, you drop something overboard, or you have sound or video problems, or a medical emergency, reach overhead and pull the red cord that runs in the middle of the tram ceiling, and I'll come back and help you out, okay? Don't feel bad if you got to pull the cord, like if you drop something. Hello, you guys in the back. I can see you now that we turned the corner. And by the way, I noticed the Universal logo on this tram is in green. You know what that means? This is an electric tram. We've got maybe about 20 trams here at Universal. This place is huge. Maybe about 4 of them are electric now. We're going to turn them all electric.
That's my favorite.
About Universal, we're very environmentally conscious, okay? Or is it conscientious? I don't know which is the right word. Do we have any English teachers on board? We care about the environment very much. So these are electric, and they're good for the environment. They're so nice and quiet, so it's almost like being on the magic carpet. So you're on the future, my friends. Now you see all these posters. We've done a ton of movies here, but we also do television. Over here on your left is stage 12. We used to do The Voice America. Now we moved it to a different sound stage, and I'll probably show you that a little bit later. Sometimes things move around, but we do a lot of the reality game shows here. Some of the real popular ones. Hey, we also do talk shows. In fact, just down the road here on your left, just before you got to the main gate, you take a little right-hand turn. You'd go right by stage 1. We do the Kelly Clarkson show here.
Okay.
Yep. Oh boy, speaking of TV, here's stage 20, 19, and 18, where we've been working on Bel Air. Bel Air is based on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. This time it's a drama, though, and that is on Peacock. Peacock is our streaming network. That's like our internet. Over here, construction on your right that's coming in 2023, so you'll have to come back for it. What is it? Super Nintendo World. Do we have any Nintendo fans on board? I got my hand up. Okay, it's quiz time. If you are old enough to remember what an NES was, raise your hands. You are not old enough. Our young man here, we're still wearing his 3D glasses with his Optimus Prime. I'm old enough to remember Donkey Kong when it first came out in the arcade. And I don't know if you know when that was, but it was a long time ago.
Wait, what?
You know when it was? It was like 1981. Yeah, this is plastic surgery. I'm thrilled. But that's part of the theme park, you know? We've got all this wonderful theme park stuff. And this is also a working studio where we've been around for over 100 years. Our official birthday was just last week, March 15th, 1915 is when we officially opened up. 107th. Like you saw, though, we did a movie back in 1914, too. We've made more than 8,000 movies. More than 8,000! And television shows, oh boy, we've been working on Bel Air, Kelly Clarkson show, we've been working on Mindy Kaling's show, Never Have I Ever, the season 2 of Saved by the Bell, another Peacock show. Oh boy, here's Stage 21, we've been working in there. Over here on your left, Hacks has been shooting in there, starring Gene Smart. Now that's what we're currently doing, Hacks, but we've done a bunch of movies in there. Hey, have you guys ever heard of a movie called The Grinch? Yeah, with Jim Carrey. That did shooting in there. I see hands back up all the way back in car 4. So you guys know The Grinch, huh? Yeah. You know, that movie came out and Chris Pratt is returning, along with stars from the original Jurassic Park movie from back in the 1990s. I am talking about Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and how about that other guy? Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. They're all coming back for the new Jurassic Park. We're really, really excited about that. That'll be opening this summer. Hey, back to TV, though. Oh, boy, so much TV and movies and everything. Over here, stage 43 and 44. This is where Mr. Mayor has been shooting, starring one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, is all Ted Danson. There he is on the wall, Mr. Mayor himself. Season 2 has been shooting in there. The same sound stages, by the way, where Ted Danson also did this show. You know your show started. Cool, that's the good place. Also starring Kristen Bell. They used to shoot in there. You know what happens? One show moves out and another one moves in. We do most of the shooting on sound stages because that's where you have the most control. By the way, you know what a sound stage is? It is a big building with a lot of insulation on the walls, and that is it. They're not complicated. They're just real big, and they're basically soundproof. So we do most of our shooting in there. We've got 28 of them. Not enough. We're actually building more. So exciting. This place has all this history going back more than 100 years. Still growing, still expanding, still thriving. It's an exciting place. I think it's the most exciting place in the world. I love it. Now this is over here, these little bungalows. These are for the people behind the scenes, the writers and directors and producers. Now you know what a writer is. They write the scripts and things people say, but maybe you don't know what a producer or a director is. To put it in like simple sports term, the director would be like the coach of the team and the producer would be like the owner. So the producers on the mind. All the famous directors have worked with us, like Alfred Hitchcock, one of the greatest directors ever. His office was over here on your left. It's got the white awning over the doorway. That's his silhouette on the wall. The guy who made Psycho, one of the creepiest movies ever. My name is Dr. And The Birds. That's another creepy one. There are 2 creepy movies starring Jimmy Stewart, Rear Window and Tour of the Hill. I love those movies. Alfred Hitchcock was it. Jimmy Stewart used to have a dressing room back there, as a matter of fact. Okay, so there's history, back to the present. This building on your left is where we have been working on Kenan, starring Kenan Thompson. Oh, so famous from Saturday Night Live. He was on SNL longer than anybody else. Like back in the early 2000s, he was on his poster. He has earned this poster on the wall over here of stage 23. By the way, that same building is where we did the final season of Will and Grace. That's where we've done a lot of reality game shows like World of Dance, starring Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo. That is where we've done many seasons of America's Got Talent.
My whole neighborhood. Almost got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
Hey, I'm walking here.
It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Oh, more than things we made up there. Captain America: The First Avenger shot there. Some of the Amazing Spider-Man. How about the Fast and Furious? Tons of things. I'll tell you more about those sets in a little bit. We got to get ready for a little 3D. Do not put your 3D glasses on yet. You don't need them yet, but get ready. When we get in here, stay seated. Hang on to all your personal belongings. Hello back there. Hi, you guys. Hope you're having a good time. Get ready. We're about to take you in here to tell you about it. Here's director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up to the continent and does it. I mean, you're on a ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and heart. He's had enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and various dinosaurs and stuff, and so he's beaten up, scarred up, chewed up, spat out like dinosaurs at various times. He's scars and a lot of things.
Alright. Glasses on, everybody. Get those 3D glasses on. Here we go. Glasses on, everybody. Welcome to Skull Island. Generated imagery. We use a lot of CGI in the movies nowadays, and we'll show you more later. We use these sets though with real actors all the time. That's New York Street. You know what we like to do out there? We like to do stunts. because it's safer to do them. By the way, those are all fake buildings. Did you see how thin they are? They're just the facades. They're just the fronts and sides. They don't have the interiors to them. We don't need them because we do the indoor scenes on the sound stages. But yeah, we can do plenty of stunts out here. Much safer to do them in a real city. We turned New York Street into Chicago for a classic movie. We did a stunt for the Blues Brothers out here.
When the Pinto fell, and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. You dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, you're not a good idea.
Yeah, but a good idea to do it out here. So we do a lot of stunts there. All fake, though. All that brick, that's fiberglass. Hollywood, as I'm sure you know, is about the illusion of reality. That's a perfect example right there. But that little area, that metro area has only about 4 acres, but it just twists and winds all over the place, and we can pretty much take you anywhere without leaving our property. Now, those cars that you just saw, the Blues Brothers, for the stunts, those are called picture cars. Anytime you see a car or a truck, basically anything with wheels on a TV show or a movie, it is a picture car. That's the term we use. And it doesn't have to be for stunts. Oh boy, we got some famous ones over here, huh? Like Magnum PI's Ferrari. That was done in Hawaii with Tom Selleck. Anybody here from Hawaii today? Yeah, a lot of people from Hawaii. We've been having a bunch lately visiting. Fred Flintstone's car. How about the car from Harry Potter that was trapped in the Whopping Willow? Oh yeah, one of the Fast and Furious cars. Hey, you may see more of those a little bit later. How about these cars over here from the dinosaur movies?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World movies. Boy, classics, huh? Jurassic Park, by the way, began as a book. It's a book before it was a movie by author Michael Crichton. That guy wrote a lot of sci-fi stuff. He's the guy who wrote like the Andromeda Strain. That was turned into a movie too. So who took the book Jurassic Park and put it up on the big screen? One of the most famous directors in Hollywood, Steven Spielberg. I bet most of you know that name, Steven Spielberg. Such a famous guy. Well, he made Jaws back in the 1970s. Made him a household name. He did E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Made a lot of movies with those series. He actually got his start here at Universal. Steven Spielberg did.
When I was about, 16 years old, and I began hanging out at Universal during my summers. When I went to college nearby, I continued to come on the lot and try to become a director. Universal's one of these my birthplace. This is the place I consider my first home, and I love it here. And I keep coming back.
Yeah, he's not kidding when he says he keeps coming back. I'll show you some other.
I don't want any more kids.
Oh, look at this though. This is from his second Jurassic Park movie, The Lost World, 1997. The RV in this scene is over here on your left. A very big picture car.
No movies of Jurassic World.
Oh, we got dinosaurs up front. We're hitting dinosaurs.
Only 11.
I thought dinosaurs were extinct. Yeah, not on the backlot, huh? Hey, the Jurassic Park movies that were made back in the 1990s, the one that Steven Spielberg made, they were using computers even back then. The CGI, the computer-generated imagery. Those movies also used mechanical dinosaurs, like the ones that were just saying hello to you. Movie making is a combination of old and new, and it's always been that way. But more and more, we're getting into the computers, the monsters. That's for sure.
When I was about,
a lot of them. Wait, no, he's not a monster. We use a lot of CGI nowadays. You saw that with King Kong, 360 3D. We'll show you more a little bit later. The CGI, the computer-generated imagery, has transformed the movie business. It allows us to do so many things we could never realistically do in the past. And as you see here, bringing a lot of dinosaurs and a lot of monsters back to life. Well, the monster movies were very important to our history in the early days. Now, they still are. But back in the 1990s, or back in the 1930s, we were making those classic movies like Frankenstein and Dracula, the old black and white movies. We practically invented monster movies. So the newer ones that we do, like Jurassic World, Dominion, that's coming this summer, just basically, modern day monster movies. And yeah, the CGI really helps for that King Kong. So we use a a lot of different movies nowadays. A lot of that CGI. Starring Steve Martin Short, and Chevy Chase. So yeah, we've got a lot of things out here. And when we're shooting, we have to turn the sound down. Today you can hear it though. Okay, let's go ahead and have the rain. Sprinklers. There you go. That's the way we always used to do storms.
This is how they do.
You got to set up the plumbing and all of that. So it's easier nowadays to do things using the CGI. One of the nice things about these storms, though, is that you can turn them off whenever you want. You can do that in real life. We can turn that off right now. Maybe now. The one thing about mechanical storms, they get stuck on. Yeah, I think, oh boy, I wouldn't want to be you guys back in car 3 right now. Look at that, oh, look at, you're gonna get, I can't look. Alright, well you got kind of lucky. Hey, you know, we use everything we have out here on the back lot. That was in the movie Big Fat Lot. Take a look. Back you can't outrun a wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, okay, we're about halfway through the tour. Let me remind you, if you have an emergency, pull that red cord that runs right in the middle of the tram seal. You know, come back and talk to me. Hey, welcome to Movie Studio here out in the Wild West. We got it. Now on your monitors, it says Denver Street. This area has 6 different roads. Oh, they've all got different names. Generally, we just call this place 6 Points, Texas. 6 Points.
Dare you hit that man?
Mine hit the ground first.
I don't want any more tin cars.
Mine was taller.
That's Kirk Douglas and the Duke John Wayne. You talk about real Hollywood legends, huh? Hey, modern day Hollywood legends have been out here. Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio. You know the movie I'm talking about? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino made that movie. One of my favorite directors. Tarantino did Pulp Fiction. He shot Once Upon a Time in Hollywood here. He actually shot on film, which is unusual because everything nowadays generally is done digitally. The same technique that like your phones have. That's how we make movies nowadays. A little bit more, you know, sophisticated than your phones. Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. But Mr. Tarantino shot on film. He's old school. He is a purist. He can do whatever he wants. He makes fantastic movies. He actually shot on 70mm, which is real big stuff. Now we showed you where we used to do the voice. We do it over here nowadays. Stage 24 and 25, just ahead on your left. 24 has the red paint on the walls. That's where we do most of the voice now. Those buildings are gigantic, as you can see, and they've got office space on the other side of the building, so you can put together an entire TV show or a movie without leaving one of those stages. You can do the writing, you can do the shooting, and the editing. That's the future. Those are some of the newest sound stages we have. Not the newest. We're actually building more. They're not even done yet. Brand new sound stages. It's so exciting that we've got all this history going back more than 100 years, and we're still growing, still evolving. Tell you what, though, whenever we can, we want to preserve the past because there's such, when it comes to movies, such important historical past here. Like this area up ahead. Well, you know what? This area is a combination of old and new. This is Little Europe, and it's where we basically created those classic monster movies back in the 1930s. Those movies like Frankenstein and Dracula, the old black and white movies used to shoot out here. So these sets have been around for a long time. They still get used. As a matter of fact, there's a green sign up ahead here that pretty much says it all. We're heading into the good place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
No, but the That little place certainly looks awesome, doesn't it? Beautiful, beautiful set. Hey, by the way, in between these buildings over here on your left, that's where we're building our brand new sound stages. Look at that. They're not even done yet. They still have the scaffolding and everything like that. So we're still growing here. But yeah, we take good care of Little Europe. Part of that is because we still use it. Part of it is to preserve the history.
Listen now, he's in the woods. Get out the bloodhouse. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Go! Your torches and go!
Yeah, how about that? Very important to us, the monster movies. Hey, this house over here on your left is different from most of the houses we've been showing you. That's like a real one. That's called a practical set. That has the inside to it, the inside and the outside. It's called a practical set. That was the Home and Family house. That was on the Hallmark Channel for a long time. But we still use it. We were shooting Bel Air just recently here, just a few weeks ago. We were shooting that TV show Bel Air. Now we're going to take you into stage 50. You will not need 3D glasses in here, so don't worry about putting those on, okay? But do stay seated and hang on to all your personal belongings as we take you in here. This is our subway station set, and it's always a subway in here, like it was on the TV show Bones.
He looks very upset.
When I talked to him, said the guy died in his arms.
That's what the FBI.
Yeah, we hear about the human remains.
That's him, right over there.
You alright?
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of things in here. Beverly Hills Cop 3 with Eddie Murphy did shooting in here too. So it's a real sound stage. These sets are permanent though. Most of our sound stages, we take everything down from production one production. Whoa! Okay, we just had a little earthquake. Stay seated. Now what we're gonna do is hang on. This is gonna be the big one. Oh, there goes the ceiling in the back. Look out, look out!
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think it's over. Oh no, now you got it. We got a tidal wave. We got a tsunami.
That's so surreal.
Did everybody survive? Any non-survivors on board? Oh, we got a zombie back there in car 2. Very healthy looking zombie. That is the big one. That's like a recreation of an 8-point tree. Yeah. That was on the episode of Bugs the big mechanical effect.
Look at this movie.
What's going on?
Let's get out of here! The water main just broke!
Oh, our next stop is Amity Island. That's that little island Steven Spielberg made so famous in his blockbuster movie Jaws. Yeah, he he's hanging over there. Not as big as. Wait a minute. There's another one out there.
Oh, there's a shark.
I think we got the wrong one. Look at that shit. Wait a minute. There's a guy in the water. Oh, there is. There's a diver out there. Get back in the boat. What is he doing? Hey, diver. Hey, folks, don't look. Don't look. Now you're all still looking. How can you turn away from that? I guess. Stay seated. I will accept. Don't jump at it. Okay. He shouldn't have been anywhere near that barrel that's out in the water. There is a barrel with bait tied. It was anyway. It's been out there for so. Oh, look at this! Look at this! He just pulled out the whole dock. Whoa! How big is this thing anyway? Oh! Wow! Yeah, never mind that. Where's the shark? Where'd he go?
There was a giant megalodon.
There he is. Where's the shark? He's just saying hello. I don't know, maybe try to put the fire out. What a movie. Jaws came out in 1975. Just completely changed Steven Spielberg's life. He did stuff like,
Look, there's a shark.
TV shows.
There.
Steven Spielberg directed
Not real shark.
one of my favorite TV shows called Peter Paul. Jaws just
making robots.
cute. And
Yeah.
I think Steven Spielberg, when he was making the movie, thought his career was over. You know, the shark in the movie was nothing but trouble.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio mics. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, it had the biggest effect. So I really owe the shark a lot.
That shark's name is Bruce. Bruce the shark. Steven Spielberg named him after his toy. Hey, we've got not just Fast and Furious cars, the yellow hot rods from American Graffiti, the little car behind it, the little green ones from Mr. Bean's Holiday. Here we have Dominic Toretto's Charger, and next to it says Police 310 with a license plate from Public Enemies from Johnny Depp. At the end, cars from F9. You recognize the yellow car back there?
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Every time you turn the corner here in the back light, you see something else. Oh, and we're about to turn the corner again. I think it may get a little creepy. Turning the corner to the Bates Motel. Yeah, look at this. Up on the hill, the Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller. The movie was made in 1960.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That movie is still creepy. Haven't seen it.
Is that Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Bates.
What's next?
Oh, hey Norman, what's going on? Oh, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Put the knife away, Norman! No, don't do it. Come on now, Norman! What would Mother say? Okay, there you go. He finally came to his senses. Not bad, considering he's psycho. Hey, here's the Psycho House. This is different from the sets we've been showing you. This is a shell. That means it has all the walls on the outside, but it has nothing on the inside. That type of set is called a shell. We can't use the Psycho House over and over again. It's too recognizable. It's such an important part of Hollywood.
Hey, look at that. Plane crash.
Dilapidated. Well, it's very careful dilapidation, let me tell you. Take really good care of that. Hey, behind the Psycho House, it's the crash site from another Steven Spielberg movie, War of the World. Yeah, this one stars Tom Cruise, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. How about that, War of the World? And by the way, not everything in Hollywood is fake. Yeah, here's the one exception. That's a real place.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around
vision that Steve, when we first began to sit down and talk about the war of the world, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed?
Mommy.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
Stay real. Alright, hey, we got maybe about 10 minutes to go. Let me just remind you one more time, if you have an emergency, pull the red cord in the middle of the tram ceiling. But we're not done. Look behind you. On your right at our giant blue wall. That area is called Falls Lake. We'll turn the corner here and you'll get a nice view of it. The whole area in front can be filled with water.
You are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Luke Hobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted a pardon for the crimes he committed.
Put your glasses on. Neil, put your glasses on.
Lydia Ortiz is a street racer and mechanic on Dom's crew. She's particularly vicious when protecting Dom. Her ordeals have impaired her memory, but she always remembers two things. She's got Dom's back, and he has hers.
Hey, you!
Come on, help them.
They just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the third row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you sharp for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
Excellent. So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, Roman. One. All right, look, guys. We're gonna keep sharp and finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
So like I was saying, the third row, right?
Alright, we're going to pull ahead here in a moment. You don't need the glasses even in this next area, okay? So don't worry about putting those on.
This is Dom. Trying to drive up to the parking structure. We'll have to make a run for it. Tell your passengers to hang on.
Yeah, you heard them. Hang on, everybody. Oh, look at this. There's a party going on.
Everybody out! Get me out! Put that music on! Get out! Urgent!
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party.
Roman Pierce, FDIW. Neil, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took that iron shirt?
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. Slightly.
First of all, I don't work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody.
cop has to let you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. That's quick as now is out. Let's go, Cookie Puss!
That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Sean. So we get out as fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
I want to go.
Are you kidding me, woman? You didn't show up at the wrong
I gotta call you back. I'm just, I mean,
See what I'm talking
call you
about?
back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Sure, Trace does. I can't hold you back. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Drop your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Alright, here we go. Glasses on, everybody. Get those green glasses.
Glasses on.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After there!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come to the left. Stand over the back. Got it, Letty, hook him up.
You give me the witness to it or we call it a day! I got company! The witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Put it in!
Way to go, Letty. Don't climb it up the missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got it! Find up ship head for the bridge! Under protection! Everybody hold on! Get the nitrous!
तो ये थी समाप्ति हमारे यूनिवर्सल स्टूडियो बस टूर की दोस्तों। उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको ये व्लॉग पसंद आया होगा। चैनल को लाइक कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए और अपना प्यार इसी तरह से बना के रखिए। देसी ड्रीमर्स इन अमेरिका आपके लिए नए नए कंटेंट और व्लॉग्स लेके आता रहेगा।